Hi, my name is Alicia Montano. I'm a U.S. Olympic track and field runner, mother of 3, and founder of the nonprofit organization And Mother. Female athletes in motherhood have historically been discriminated against and undervalued within athletics. With the help of our colleagues from the Health and Wellness Equity Research Group, we're going to explore some key past moments in athletics and the Olympic Games and a glimpse of the progress we're seeing today. Women were not allowed to compete in athletics at the Games until 1928, and they were scrutinized for nearly everything, especially around the concern that intense physical activity would harm their reproductive organs. This fear was so extreme that the women's 800 meters was removed from the Olympic program in 1928 and wasn't reinstated until 1960. Black female athletes faced even more challenges due to racial discrimination. Over the last decade, in 2014, I raced at the U.S. Track and Field National Championships while I was 8 months pregnant. I towed the line for the 800 meters, which just a few decades ago was thought to be too dangerous for women. And here I was, racing while pregnant. I showed that we can choose both motherhood and athletics. 1 year later, in 2015, Olympian and Canadian runner Hilary Stellingwerff successfully appealed a policy that treated pregnancy the same as an injury, which led to significant positive policy change. In 2018, we saw ultra and major marathons begin to introduce pregnancy deferral policies. In May 2019, the #DreamMaternity movement began, which arose on the heels of my opinion piece published in the New York Times, in which I critically called for change against the barriers and bias that pro-athlete mothers face. My efforts were soon echoed by Allison Felix and other decorated female athletes. This quickly led to companies analyzing their own contractual language and recognizing the immediate need for support for pregnant and parenting athletes. Just a year later, on Mother's Day in 2020, we founded And Mother as a path to transition this movement to real change and impact. We have seen many important changes in the athletics industry in the last few years, including in February 2021, when the USATF Foundation introduced a maternity grant. After significant pushback from female athletes in June 2021, the International Olympic Committee allowed breastfeeding athlete moms to have family members attend the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games amid the COVID-19 pandemic. July to August 2021 marked the most gender-equal Olympic Games of all time. In November 2021, we created partnerships to develop a model framework for sponsors to support pregnancy and parental leave. In June 2022, we initiated on-site childcare at the USA Track and Field National Championships. In October 2022, we implemented lactation support services for New York City marathon mothers. In the last year, particularly in 2023, we've seen races include deferral options for various athletes. And at the most recent notable event in 2024, we saw nearly 14% of the USA Olympic Marathon Trials women's field represented by mothers. Despite these positive changes, female athletes still face discriminatory policies and practices. To address this, we need continued change. But enacting change is certainly no sprint. This is a marathon of a pursuit. Creating change requires time and effort from everyone involved.